In a world full of diktats and conventions, could there be another way? La vie est belle. La vie est belle, the fragrance of happiness, Lancôme.
Did you guys catch that? Let's say it one more time.
In a world full of diktats and conventions, could there be another way? La vie est belle. La vie est belle, the fragrance of happiness, Lancôme.
Hey YouTube world, Harvest is plenty. Thanks for stopping by to check out the video. So I woke a little bit after 2:30 a.m. in the morning and I couldn't go back to sleep, and this message was at the forefront of my brain, forefront of my mind. I don't know why, but I just couldn't go back to sleep. So here I am early in the morning doing this video and putting this out for somebody who needs it. Did you guys see the commercial? That's a real commercial starring Julia Roberts. She's walking up the staircase after she knocks off the strings. And then at the end, the perfume bottles is symbolic of the apple from the Garden of Eden. When the serpent told Eve, eat this fruit. And it's symbolic, tree of good and evil. Your eyes will be opened and you shall become gods. It's all about ascending another way, breaking free from God and ascending another way. But in John 14, verse 6, Jesus says clearly, I am the way, I am the truth and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. He didn't say by his teachings. He said by him. There are many people out there saying, well, I'm still looking for the truth. Jesus told you, he's the truth. People say, I'm on a journey. I'm on the way. Jesus is the way. Many people are trying to attain eternal life. Jesus offers life. He says, I come to give you life and to give it to you more abundantly. But no man coming unto the Father but by me. And there are whole religious systems out there that are built to do what is I call an end run around Jesus. They want to get to heaven, but they don't want to use Jesus. They may say, oh, I use his teachings, but we're not going to use him as the way, him as the truth, and we're not going to ask him for eternal life. We're going to try to ascend another way. That's what Julia Roberts was doing in the commercial. And we'll double back to that video and have a breakdown of it. But there are whole religious systems that are built to do that end run around Jesus. The Freemasons use it. The Kabbalists use it. That's the whole thing of the ancient mystery religions, to do an end run around Jesus, where they could ascend to heaven another way through esoteric knowledge, through astral projection, and all these other things. Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, many in the Hebrew Israelite camps, they all do it. They say, well, you don't need Jesus. You just need the laws, the statutes, and the commandments, and the Father. But you don't need Jesus. It's a direct contradiction to what John 14:6 is saying. The Jehovah's Witnesses say, you don't need Jesus. He's just an angel like Michael. He is the angel Michael. You don't need him. Just go to Jehovah. It's a direct contradiction to John 14:6. The Freemasons and many in the ancient mystery religions who practice that stuff, they teach about the immortality of the soul and all these other things. They teach that man can become God. His soul can become immortal. They do an end run around Jesus. They don't need him. That's wicked, and that's Antichrist. I want to read something for you guys. Let me blow it up. Book of John. We're going to talk about this. what Jesus says, because Jesus is the door. Nobody could enter heaven except through him. And transhumanism is all about that. You know, they coming in with transhumanism. They coming out with this life extension technology so man can live forever, quote unquote. Because after death, there's judgment. If you live forever, then you don't have to face judgment. You know, and so they're trying to do an end run around Jesus. He's the stumbling block. So let's go to John 10, and we're gonna start at verse 1, and we're gonna read down to 15. And I hope you guys can see this. I'll blow it up a little bit more. Let's see here. Jesus says, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door." Who's the door? Jesus is the door. "He that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way." Here it is. Climbeth up some other way. Julia Roberts was climbing up or ascending up the steps some other way. Climbing up some other way, the same as a thief and a robber. But he that entered in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. Go to verse 3. A second here. "To him the porter opened it, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice." That's Jesus Christ. "And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers." Verse 5, just saying that the sheep, those who are called, they know these false religious teachers, these charlatans, these heretics with their heresy. They will not follow them. They are strangers, and we don't follow strangers. Stranger danger. That's what parents teach their kids. Verse 6, "This parable spake Jesus unto them, but they understood not what things they were which he spake unto them." Verse 7, "Then Jesus said unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door." I am. Remember that in the Old Testament when God gave his name? I am that I am. Jesus is reaffirming that. I am. I am. I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. Let's stop there at verse 8. He says, all that ever came before me. Me. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers. These are the people that they say, Jesus was just another ascended master like Mithras and Horus and Dionysus and Pythagoras and all these other people, these other so-called crucified saviors. All of them were liars. They were thieves and robbers, and the sheep did not hear them. We did not follow them. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. Verse 9, I am, back to again, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. He didn't say by my teachings. He said by me. Jesus is the way, not his teachings. Verse 10, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. And we know who the thief is. And we know who those who work with the thief. He continues, I am come that they may have life, that they might have it more abundantly. Verse 11, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. And so when you see like Muslims and other people who are trying to refute Christianity or refute the divinity of Jesus, they'll use the story of the rich man when he comes to Jesus and he calls him good. He calls Jesus good, and Jesus said, why you call me good? No one is good but God. But then in verse 11, in John 10, Jesus calls himself, he says, I am the good shepherd. So Jesus is good, which means Jesus is God. Because he said nobody's good but God. Then he comes and says, but I am the good shepherd. There it is. Verse 12. And the shepherd gives his life for his sheep. Verse 12. But he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, like the false shepherd or the one-eyed shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth, because he is a hireling, and careth not for the sheep. Of course they don't care for the sheep. Again, verse 14. I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. Because that's what a true shepherd does. But the thief and the robber, they flee. They don't care nothing about the sheep. And people think they're going to send another way. It's not going to happen. Jesus Christ is the truth. He's the way. He's the life. No man cometh unto heaven, or could access heaven another way. And no man cometh unto the Father, except through him. As it says here, but by me. Not by my teachings, but by me. So put your faith, your trust, and your hope in Jesus Christ, and you will be allowed to enter. Don't fall prey to those lies and those Antichrist systems that are out there. I love you. Until my next video, may the good Lord continue to bless you and your family.
A couple of years ago with Julia Roberts. Notice she's walking into the room. She's in white. Everybody else is in black. There you go, the Masonic black and white. Everybody's connected from above. That's what the Freemasons are above. They want to disconnect from the Creator. They want to do it their way. They don't want to answer to a Creator. They want to break free. There you go, breaking free from that. And they want to, look, she's going up the stairs. She's ascending another way. She does not want to be like the rest of everybody else. That's what you just saw in a little quick perfume commercial right in front of your eyes that most don't see. So remember what I told you in the garden. They believe Lucifer freed them from the evil creator that is controlling us from above, and they want to break free.